Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. Get that out the way. That ain't supposed to be seen. Put that right there. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Let me get a little mic check. Damn, y'all already in here. What's up? What's up, people? Goddamn, goddamn. Y'all was waiting on me. What up? Newark in the chat. Uh-oh. Look like I got a update on the email. The dribble in the building. Get them lights up. What's up? What's up? What's going on with y'all? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get that notification. Before we get started, I gotta say that the sports community is starting to tell the truth about Bronny. The truth will set you free. Yeah, they starting to tell the truth about Bronny. He sat out tonight. Little low management. He said, why are Latinos and Jamaicans jealous of black? I don't know about the Jamaican part. The Jamaicans is black as a motherfucker, and they keep it ghetto. I mean, they keep it gully. They do, some of them do refer to us as Yankees, but the Jamaicans is niggas, and they keeping it real as a motherfucker, man. They speak a lot of truth. I got an aunt who's a practicing Rastafarian. She lived by nature. She lived by truth. You know what I mean? I can't say enough about the Rastas. The Rastas real as it gets. I'm being for real. Like, they on some nigga shit. They will call a motherfucker a Yankee, though. All you got to do is correct them one time, and then they normally be off that shit. But, yeah, Lord Jamar has challenged some people to come to the cipher in regards to the creation of hip-hop. Now, I know I've spoke on this before, and I said I gave my opinion on it, but I had to take into consideration that I was born in 1976. I'm not in a position to say who was there first. Grandmaster Caz said that nobody had nothing to do with it. The FBAs, the Foundational Black Americans, created it. I gotta go with that. They said that nobody, and not only that, a lot of these motherfuckers' behavior don't dictate that we should share the creation. You know what I'm saying? When Blue Boy killed Larry Davis, man, did no Ricans too much speak up on Larry's behalf, and Larry was a part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, then that's just how I feel. Yeah. It's too much monkey shit going on, man. People pick and choose when they want to love black people and shit like that. God damn it, hip hop is ours. We did it by ourselves. Shit. And yeah, there were some other people who came along who made contributions, great contributions, but at the end of the day, in the movie Beat Street, Little Lee was the star. So let's just stick to that. He said the Maroons, the Rastas, Bronny was scared of Ethan Thompson. He didn't want no parts of dude. He didn't want no parts of him. The Jamaicans had a major impact on urban culture in New York City, 1980s. The Dookie Gold Chains, the Kangos, the Clarks was a Jamaican thing. Urban culture, not hip-hop culture with the Jamaicans. All right. There's been a lot of monkey shit going on. It's getting out of hand. Yeah. Hip-hop. H-I-P-H-O-P is a creation of black folks. We created it by ourselves. Straight up. Period. and it might have been some Puerto Ricans present, but they didn't create it. We created it, and they participated, and they were welcome to participate. And we appreciate their contributions. We appreciate Crazy Legs and everything that they brought. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's ours. Period. That's the end of it. Boom, boom, boom. My man said Black Pride at an all-time low these days. We trying to restore the feelings. You see that? That red, black, and green, it's embedded in my flesh. We gotta preserve this thing of ours. Can you dig it? The pioneers don't agree with each other. I think the discussion should be about why blacks or Puerto Ricans are not controlling it. Bottom line, it don't belong to niggas and it don't belong to Ricans in the present day. I made a post on Instagram when I was telling people that I got a $10 check from DistroKid. I've been working my ass off in the music business. Got 2 albums out. I got a prior check, but I'm just saying, this past weekend, I got a $10 check from DistroKid, right? In that very moment, I understood why Suge Knight hung Vanilla Ice over that goddamn podium. I mean, why Suge Knight hung Vanilla Ice over that goddamn balcony. Shit like that $10 check that I received. Yeah, so one time for Marion Knight. Yeah. One time for Marion Knight. Word up. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Yeah, man, they sent me a $10 motherfucking check. The nerve of these people. That streaming shit, man. It should be that shit should be outlawed. That's highway robbery. We shouldn't even participate in those streaming platforms. I'm on them. I'm a part of DistroKid. I'm signed up to ASCAP. None of that shit has our best interests at heart. For real. For real. None of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the business of hip hop owned by you know who. We gotta go back to selling CDs, man. My hard copies are on the way for PILLMATIC too. Yeah. The album, the vinyl, it's complicated because it's 2 parts and it's 42 minutes. Side A is 42 minutes, side B is 43 minutes. You only can get, I think, 22 minutes. It would require 2 albums with 2 sides, 22 minutes on each side. I'm gonna have to do a little point shaving to fit all the music on the vinyl. So that's what I'm going through in that regard right now. Boom, boom, boom. Shit, I was thinking about that. Yeah, we got to go back to selling CDs. Bottom line. House of Sufi, and I got your text message, man. I'm going to get with you in a minute. He said, I kind of miss them days, I can't lie. That's why they created all that fucking ruckus about the mixtape culture and shit. Like, motherfuckers were selling them fucking CDs in the hood and in the barbershops and shit. Motherfuckers wasn't getting their money. They start cracking down, locking motherfuckers up. They wanted to eliminate that whole culture, period, and bring the shit back to streaming where they got a little bit more control of it. Boom, boom, boom. He said, go to Bandcamp and set up your price. Streaming platforms are no good. We created, but they added a different spectrum of it, and it was to put it in a big pot. And we had what we had in 92 and 95 era. Do a documentary on Messy Marv. We're going back to CDs, man. My man said, are those chains real? I have several on. I have several cables on. I got an abundance of carrots tucked in my shirt. You know what I mean? I didn't come here to do this, but yeah, man. I was just at a basketball game and shit, and I didn't want to be so ostentatious, so I tucked it in my shirt. But yeah, man, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. Did you hear my theme song? Boom, boom. Have you read all those books? Probably like 60%. The ones that matter, I did read. Doom, 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 doom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me kick you out of here. Your name is disgusting. Boom, boom. Y'all be having problems, man. Whenever y'all see this motherfucking jewelry, y'all go into a fucking frenzy and shit, man. Like, that's why I tucked it in my shirt. Cause y'all don't know how to act, man. As soon as y'all see jewelry and shit, you motherfuckers go straight to the dark side and shit, man. You can get you some truck. Get you some truck. Get you some boogers and shit, man. All you gotta do is put in the work. But yeah, man. Whenever y'all see a nigga with some truck, it's some problems, man. So I'll put it in my shirt to begin with, man. Like, you wouldn't just leave it alone and shit, you know, because it's so radiant on my black skin and shit. But, man, never mind the truck, man. He said, what's up with the Shaheem documentary? I gotta be frank with you. I'm having a hard time with it, man. Like, there's certain people that we need to be a part of it. And I'm just having a hard time with getting everybody on the same page. It ain't Shaheem, it ain't me, it ain't none of the, it ain't nobody from Staten Island. It's other people that's required to appear on this joint. Yep. Charlie Rudos, no. Hard copies of the web, you want to see your paper seriously. Yeah, we bringing them back, man. We bringing them back. Subscribe to the channel. People are finally telling the truth about Bronny James. They finally said it. They finally starting to say it. It's on all the, it ain't just me now. I'm glad it ain't just me, man. I needed some other people to start speaking the goddamn truth, man. Like, y'all, when somebody's popular or famous, y'all willing to look the other way when they do some bullshit. Y'all willing to look the other way, man. It was a fucking terrible, ridiculous pick. This nigga don't even shoot the fucking ball. How the fuck is you in the NBA and you don't even shoot? Listen, you're being scrutinized. Let's go back into this a minute. You're being scrutinized. It's all over the internet that you shouldn't have got picked and you don't belong in the NBA. Your first summer league game, you shoot 2 of 9, right? That's terrible. You was 0 for 3 from three-point land. Terrible. But the fact that you didn't go in there to kill, don't you know if motherfuckers scrutinizing my game? I'm shooting the rock every time I touch the motherfucker. I'm going to the rack. Every time I touch the ball, I'm going to the fucking rack. I'm going to probably end up at the free throw line. I'm going to the rack. The fact that he only took 9 shots tell you that he didn't come to kill. He didn't come to prove no goddamn point. People are talking about he doesn't belong, and he only managed to get up 9 shots. This is from a guard. That don't make any sense. They say he smiled too much. They say he don't got no killer in him, and he more than likely don't. He didn't grow up in the ghetto. He didn't grow up in the hood and shit like that. He didn't. So he don't have the same spunk. He don't got that shit in him at all. He don't. He said, cats lying about Bronny because they think LeBron gonna go on their podcast. I think they made LeBron more important than a league. It's a sideshow. He's just doing too much. May said he need to spend a summer in Harlem. Nah, they done fucked up already. He done fucked up already. LeBron James, one of his high school teammates, I think his name was THRU something, is the coach at Duquesne University. Bronny wasn't playing at USC. He was on the bench. He wasn't even getting no run. The best thing that he could have did with his son was to send him to play at Duquesne under his former high school teammate, THRU, and got his dribble right over there, got his confidence together over there. And then, this is what, because I've listened to other arguments. They didn't even have to draft him. They could have drafted somebody else. They could have drafted somebody else and just signed him later on as a, I don't know what you call it, a free agent or whatever. But they didn't have to waste a draft pick on him. They did not have to waste a draft pick on him. They could have drafted someone else. That nigga would have still been around. They drafted him and signed him up and gave him millions of dollars like he gonna get busy, and he's not. And it kind of highlights the fuckery. The fact that they did all of that and paid him and He's already paid guaranteed money, and you still scoring 4 points. That highlights the fuckery right there. So I don't think I got to talk about that shit no more. He wouldn't have tried this shit if Kobe was around. They wanted him to have the experience of being drafted. Facts. Facts. They wanted his name to be called by the motherfucking commissioner at the podium with the 55th pick. The Los Angeles draft brought. They wanted him to have that. They wanted him to have that. I'm listening to other commentators start to speak the truth, and they saying he shouldn't even been a McDonald's All-American. He wasn't good nowhere. He hasn't been a killer nowhere. He wasn't a McDonald's All-American in high school. They made him one. He didn't start in college. The dude that was on his team, I think his name is Boogie or some shit, that was the leading scorer of USC, you know what he doing? He didn't get drafted. You know what he doing in summer league? Getting busy. Getting busy. He didn't even get drafted. The dude that was on his team that didn't get drafted is getting busy. Boogie Ellis went undrafted, and he's getting busy. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. He said, I think that's Monte Ellis' son. He was the star of the team. Yeah, he only averaged 17, but that's a lot more. That's 14 more points than fucking LeBron James Jr., Bronny. They took Mikey Williams out of the McDonald's Classic. He got in trouble. He went to jail. He's only the second draftee to ever have a draft party. They said so much shit was done for him for the first time that it makes no sense. LeBron James is essentially fucking the Lakers up with this whole idea. Everything about it. It's all his doing. He fucking up the Lakers. And JJ Redick is his doing too. He's fucking up the fucking Lakers for years to come. He is. What do you think about Cooper Flagg? You seen what he was doing against the U.S. Olympic team? Getting busy. He's a teenager. Boom, 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 boom. Giuseppe Mafal said, I want to see your chain. Go to my Instagram page. He been fucked the Lakers. They also mentioned today that the Lakers haven't been in the playoffs naturally in some years. They keep getting in by way of the play-in. I'll tell you something, right? The Lakers was playing against the Pelicans. The Lakers was not even going to make the play-in. You know what happened? Zion had 40 points against the Lakers and was probably going to get damn near 50. LeBron couldn't stop him. He was bullying the fuck out of LeBron. He pulled a hamstring, and the Lakers ended up pulling the game off. If Zion didn't get hurt, we was not going to beat the Pelicans that night. Y'all know the game I'm talking about. The last game that Zion pulled that hamstring, he had 40 points in that game. And he got hurt in the fourth quarter. Y'all remember that? He said he could not stop him. It was frustrating to me. He could not stop the young nigga. He could not stop him. Every time he got the rock, he went straight to the hole and laid it up. LeBron couldn't stop him. He pulled a hamstring and left the game, and the Lakers was able to pull the game out. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? He said, damn sure that, yeah. I thought about that today. The Lakers wouldn't even made the playoffs last year at all. Even with the play-in, they still wouldn't have made it. So what happens if we make this about music? Sweetie is related to Dwayne Wade's wife. They're cousins. Man, I don't even know who the fuck them people is you talking about. The Pelicans was down when Zion got hurt. They was only down by like 2 points. It was a dog fight. I watched that game. It was a dog fight. And the Lakers didn't have the momentum. The Pelicans had the momentum. They did. He said Gully hot about them Lakers. Yeah, fucking up the league on behalf of LeBron James. People need to be for real and honest about it. Y'all like this video. It's over 300 people here. I just came to kick it. I don't have a topic in mind. Yeah. Oh, I do have one. Little Dirk's son popped his stepfather. I was happy of that. I was happy of that. Yeah. He was putting his hands on his mom. Shorty wouldn't let it go on him. I think the nigga was only 10 years old. That's a little bit young to be handling the iron, but I understood because I popped at my mom's husband. Yeah, my mom got remarried. He wasn't getting hostile or violent with her. He said some slick shit to me. I opened fire on that bitch ass nigga. So when when I seen this shit, I totally understood Shorty's sentiments. You ain't my pappy anyway, nigga. Yo, yo, yo. He tried to put one in his ass, man. Yeah. You ain't my pappy anyway. I'm mad my pops ain't up in this motherfucker. Y'all know how we feel about that whole shit. Y'all know, anybody that's wore them shoes, y'all know how we feel about that whole shit. They be trying to create the Huxtables out of nothing. Be trying to create the Huxtables out of nothing. This nigga ain't Heathcliff Huxtable. Get him out of here. He said, I wish I remembered the live it was when you told us about him being jumped at the reunion. Yeah, we whooped his ass. Fucked up the family reunion. How do you feel about the Lord Jamar and KRS-One bullshit? I'm on Lord Jamar's side. I am. Yeah. Peace. He said we need some more stories. Shorty upped that fire on him. Mm-hmm. He said that he know his grandfather's official. I ain't got nothing to say about Shakur. I don't. If we ain't talking about Ryan Garcia. I seen somebody put out a good video about Ryan Garcia earlier and explaining all the low-life shit associated with him. He's a piece of shit. He was signed by a piece of shit, Oscar De La Hoya. He's just like him. Yeah, and when he beat Devin Haney, a lot of you niggas is on his side. Y'all was rooting for him. Y'all was happy that he whooped Haney. Y'all did. Wonder what y'all got to say now. My email address is gullytvboss@gmail. The stepdad said he's testifying. Piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. Put his hands on his mom. I'm not doing the documentary on Baby Sam. I'm just kind of like helping him promote it. It's coming soon, though. Yeah. He said, damn, you clapped at him? Hell yeah, my first hammer. If you read my book, I had a homie named Joker I used to run with. He got killed. He was a problem. He was just like old dog. He was buck wild, take money. Got killed about a robbery. We ran into him. The nigga that my mom married, he was getting high. And we ran into him on a set. We ran into him on a set at like 2 in the morning. And my man Joker, he's a devilish nigga, man. He said, yo, that nigga Mike down here. I'm like, word? He was like, yeah, he down here. He in these blocks right now and shit. You should kill him tonight. Straight like that. He knew I hated him. We can get him tonight. Let's get him. You know what I'm saying? It was hammers around and shit. He passed me the joint here. You know what I'm saying? And at that time of my life, I won't say that I was impressionable or I was under any peer pressure. It's just that Me and his relationship, if you know anybody who had a partner that they ran with that did any type of thugging, it became like almost like a arms race. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like we couldn't let each other outdo one another in regards to the work we was putting in and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if he challenged me or he suggested something, I was gonna do it. And I probably had the same influence on him. We wasn't going. If you know two, if you come across two niggas to take money in your neighborhood and you ask them about their relationship with another nigga to take money, they was kind of like trying to outdo each other. You hit a lick, I hit a lick. You hit a lick, I hit a lick. You shoot a nigga, I gotta shoot a nigga. Like it was kind of like that. I'm just being for real. This is who I was when I was a shorty and shit. And whenever he was around, we was just a bad duo. We was just bad business. We was bad business. We came home together from a juvenile joint called Vision Quest, and just our bullshit was tied together. It was tied together. So when he said we can get him tonight, that's what it was and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was with it because he was with me. You know what I mean? That's kind of how our relationship was and shit. If y'all understand and shit. He said I wasn't that type of cat, but I know a friend that had that type of friendship. Yeah, we just. Did y'all see that video? Hold on. Hold on. Did y'all see that video of that police officer talk about Haitian Jack? Did y'all see that? He says, son, like two bishops from Juice to me. It was something like that. It was something like that. Cannot be upstaged. Yeah. Yeah. He said the same with the gear. Yeah. We was dressing like we was inseparable, yo. Like if we got into a conflict, let's say I had a conflict, right? He might throw the first punch and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Let's say he was arguing with somebody and shit. I might have swung on you. You know what I mean? We just had this. It's hard to explain, but you would have to ask somebody who's from the projects, who lived that type of life and shit. You know what I mean? For real. He said in LA we call it a crimey. He said that's a true friend. He said y'all still cool. Nah, he got killed. He got killed. Do you ever miss those dead homies, Gully, or have dreams about them? The one that I'm speaking of, I wrote about him in my book. This was my dude. I was 100% confident and I was 100% secure when he was around. That's the type of effect that he had on me and shit. And vice versa. I got into it with his uncle right one time, right? This how tight we was. I got into it with his uncle one time. We had an issue about a girl. And his uncle choked me one time, right? He's an older nigga. He choked me. He choked me on the set. And Joker was telling him, yo, you better watch Jamil. He gonna get you. I'm telling you. He was telling him, like, he's telling his uncle. This is a true story and shit. I'm telling you, he's gonna get you. He's not gonna let it go. I'm telling you, don't take your eyes off of him. He's going to get you. I'm telling you, Unc, he's gonna get you, right? So when I finally crept up on him and sucker punched him, I damn near put him out. This is a true story, and I couldn't beat him. But like I said, we this sucker punch shit it was tied to my man Joker too, because we used to try to see who could knock motherfuckers out. Like we wanted to see who had the best sucker punch and shit. Like we used to be on the block, sucker punching smokers and shit. We just young and wild and shit. But he told his uncle, Jamil gonna get you, my nigga. So when I finally crept up on him and teed off on him, he thought that shit was the funniest shit in the world. He thought it was the funniest shit in the world. He told him, I told you he's gonna get you. I told you he was gonna get you. I told you he was gonna get you. So he seen me. He was like, yo, I heard. He said, yeah, he sucker punch Joe. He mad as a motherfucker. He gonna kill you when he catch you. Yo, yo, yo. He was on the monitor and shit. He was on the monitor and shit, so we couldn't get to it. So I had the title. I had the title around the way for about 3 weeks before he caught up with me and shit. Cause nobody ever swung on this nigga. This nigga go for bad. He get busy. His name JoJo Wayne. People gonna talk about this shit in the comments. This is a true story, but it was niggas telling me, man, you stole Joe. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. They was like, damn, they said you almost dropped him and shit. I said he was on his way, right? They was like, you know you got to fight, right? They're like, yo, you know you got to fight, right? Whenever that nigga see you, this nigga's a grizzly bear. Like he's the devil. Like this nigga was like 35-0 in the hood. I'm the only one to sucker punched him and shit, right? Yo, Mark Jones, he said, I knew it was JoJo. Look, this is one of my homies in the comments. He said, I knew it was JoJo. Yeah, I teed off on him, yo. This is some shit that you learned in the juvenile joints and shit. Like, I was in this home called Vision Quest. You were seeing skinny niggas drop big niggas and shit. Like, you learn that shit in the juvie joints. You hit a nigga on his chin, he could be 300 pounds. If you land all of it, he's probably going to sleep or damn near to sleep. But when I slid him, right, he couldn't shake it off. He was like, we got out of the street and squared off. Come on, let's get it. Because I was confident. You damn near sleep. I know you ain't going to take too many more of these. He was like, I'm going to see you, nigga. And he let me go. So for like 3 weeks, I had the title. Title. Niggas is coming up to me like, yo, Joe get off the monitor in a few days. You know he gonna whoop your ass, nigga. I already made my point, though. We cool to this day. He caught up with me. We ripped it. We ripped it. And I landed a few. You know what I'm saying? And I landed a few. But you know I hit hard. He got a lot of respect for me and shit. I'm the only young nigga, man, ever teed off on him and shit. Straight up. He said you shook his confidence. It's funny you said that, right? Because it's a couple karate experts in our neighborhood, right? So they was seeing me places and shit, and they was asking me what happened. He said, what happened? I said, I caught him lunching. I crept up on him. I teed off on him, right? They was like, he let you go? I said, yeah. I said, we got out in the street and squared up. He didn't want to rip. They was like, man, you shook him up. He said he ain't never been punched before and shit. Like, he didn't know how to take that shit. Like, he had to readjust. Like, this is a true story. For real. Yo. He said, who won the rematch? He did. But I still got the juice because niggas my age didn't want no problems with me and shit. They didn't. That video that y'all seen with them older niggas, remember that video that y'all seen with them older niggas? The nigga hopped out. Big old nigga wanted to rumble me. Why? That's why he came. That's what that video is about. You know what I'm saying? I was qualified to be in the bout. Oh, you go for bad. Joe was there. Joe was on that video too. He was there. You go for bad. They didn't look at me as like no young nigga. Them niggas is older than me. Them niggas is like 7, 8 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? He approached me like I was cut to be in the battle and shit. That's what type of juice you get. So that's what I got out of that and shit. The niggas my age, they didn't want no problems at all. Because behind that incident, boom, 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 boom. Have you noticed Vlad's decline over the past few months? He said, all you wanted was that lick back. I respect. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I had to get my lick back. I had to get my lick back. You know? Yo. Have you noticed Vlad's decline over the past few months? He's forced to interview Whack 100 as a regular guest. I don't watch that shit, man. I don't watch that shit. He said, you got the juice now? Yeah. He said, nah, so Joe, you could hear the nigga with the gloves say Joe's name. You said this and that about me and JoJo. He said that. You know what I'm saying? You could hear him say his name and shit. As a matter of fact, he was trying to impress Joe. That video had a lot to do with Joe. You know what I'm saying? Joe was somebody. He is somebody. I'll just put it that way and shit. He said, I think you would have gave that dude a run for his money, though. No, he was going to be a shot ass. I grew up with him. We was on the same wrestling team growing up and shit. That nigga's a state champion, #1, and he get busy. I'll let him know, I don't want to fight you, fam. They was all laughing because they knew that I couldn't beat him. But if he would have hit me, his ass would have been shot that day. Like, they know that about me, too. You know what I mean? I done popped an older nigga before. That's on my jacket. Boom, boom. How you managed to stay alive while many comrades are dead? I always was smart. I always had good sense and shit. I wasn't violating no codes and shit. I wasn't violating no codes, and not only that, it wasn't God's plan for me to be taken out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever had a problem with a nigga, it was probably about a bitch. You know what I mean? That often my issues with niggas was abroad involved somewhere on the line and shit. I'm a hoe killer and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot to deal with. I talk slick. I frustrate niggas and shit. So they can't help but to get violent. You ain't going out style me. You're not going out dress me and shit. You're not going out hustle me. None of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's frustrating, man. I be flossing like that shit frustrate niggas, man. It do. Niggas be pissed the fuck off and shit. Your bitch be fucking a fly nigga, man. Niggas be mad as fuck. Like, pissed the fuck off. I intimidate niggas with my fresh game and shit. We be going through something. I be getting fresher than niggas, man. Rocking furs and shit, man. That shit get under a nigga's skin. Straight up. He said, how's that same nigga? He said, that's the outpost shit. Exactly. Everybody don't got them qualities and shit, but if you've been on this platform long enough, you know what I'm saying is the fucking truth. He said, I asked you about Vision Quest. I was up there, man. Me and Oskino was in the same camp and shit. You know what I'm saying? He a couple years younger than me and shit, but we was in the exact same camp. He was in a TP, couple TPs away from mine and shit. Medicine Horse Lodge. He said, I go through that shit down here now a lot. Joe Hoffman from Vision Quest. Nah, I don't know him. I don't. He said, Post said, I got the girl and a 270 now. That dude is going to trial about Alpo right now. I seen a video somebody put out today. That dude is going to trial for that shit right now. My man said every rumble I had was about a broad. Niggas just can't take their licks. I play tit for tat. Like, if you do something to me, I go after your bitch. Straight up. Like, if we go through something, like, that's how it was anyway and shit. I ain't gonna hit you back. I'm gonna hit your bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna argue with you or nothing and shit. I'm gonna get to your bitch. I'm gonna tell you about. You're gonna know. Like, I'm gonna get at your bitch, for real. Like, you better have that bitch locked up some fucking where. Like, straight up pressure. The latest fly shit, exotic fragrances. I'm in shape, muscular, be glowing and shit, popping that shit, hopping out of fly cars and shit. Pressure. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't be wanting to compete. Kareem report, what's up? What's up, G? Niggas don't be wanting to compete. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. Niggas don't be wanting to do that and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Cause I can go like I'm nice. I'm dead nice. Boom, 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 boom. He said, dude beat the Alpo trial today. They said he wasn't gonna beat it. The dude that was covering it said it looks bad for him and shit. He said, big dog, you inspire me. Thank you. They said, I think he was found not guilty. Shit, they might cut him loose. Like, Alpo was a killer and shit. It's not like this is a productive member of society. That nigga could say he was scared, man. I'm scared of this motherfucker and shit. He's supposed to be in witness protection program. He killed a lot of motherfuckers. I thought he was gonna kill me. Hey. Stings a little, don't it? Hell yeah. He said, hopping out of fly cars. Hell yeah, man. Been like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'd have had all them, that hot shit. The Acura Legend TL, the Volkswagen Passat with the windshield wipers on the headlights, the Eagle Premier with the leather and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just pressure. Lexus, like pressure. Volvos, Saabs. I was in the Saab in that video. That when that nigga ran up on me, I was in the Saab. Chain hanging from my neck, big diamonds in my ears and shit. Of course he wants to fight. That's probably something that he could win. You know what I mean? My man said, man, you getting kicked the fuck out of here saying that dumb shit. Black people invented hip hop. Word up. My man said I could prove Alpo is live. Impossible. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. He said you gotta have the leathers. Hell yeah. He said he was mad, that's why he wanted to fight. Hell yeah, he was mad. I'm like a peacock and shit, man. Like, you can't win. He said, well, is he going off on you like that? I told somebody their work was garbage. That's what it was about. That's what it was about. That's what it was about. He said, niggas who don't get fly love to fight. He said, you had more to lose that day. Them niggas was in front of my store and shit. I had a store. I had 2 locations and shit. You standing outside of my store disrupting business, man. Know I got this shit slapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you in front of my spot? Like, you drawing, you violating. No, they don't be players. You violating all player codes and everything, standing in front of my spot. You know what I'm saying? If anything happen here, the police gonna come and it's gonna make my spot hot and just fuck up everything that I built here and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to read between the lines and shit. No, I don't want to fight you. You don't have anything. No. Leave. Bodega. Yeah, that's what y'all call them. I had 2 of them joints. I had 2 of them joints. Shit was doing numbers. Shit Shit was doing numbers, yo. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all like hearing this shit, huh? It's authentic. You can't get this shit nowhere else. You can't. These niggas be frauding and shit. Like that nigga Great God, he's a fucking liar. Lying, talking about he's a luxury cocaine rapper. You fucking cornball. You wasn't getting no fucking money. You's a thief. You a thief. And I know why you a thief. Niggas getting 0 points of a penny for fucking streaming music, man. These niggas gotta be fucking thieves. These niggas be starving and shit. I seen King Erner, big hype ass report on it today, but he couldn't wait, but his channel's still dead. Alpo died, his channel died. Taj Mahal, fucking nerd. Y'all see that nerd picture I dug up of him? His name ain't even Taj, his name is Tosh. That nigga got low self-esteem and shit. Changed his fucking name that his mama gave him. Run around here pretending to be a fucking hustler. Shame. Boom, boom, boom. Lord Jamar invites KRS-One, Crazy Legs, and Fat Joe to the Cypher. I'm on Jamar's side. I'm sticking there. Anyway, I got to get up off here, man. That's almost 50 minutes. I didn't come to stay. I came to kick it, right? I came to kick it, and I kicked it. Did I kick it? Of course I kicked it. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. Why'd you get rid of the stores? Because I became famous. I'm the dribble now. Peace.